Hello everyone, welcome to CHSC Chem Point. Today we are going to discuss about Bohr-Bury scheme. So in this scheme, Bohr and Bury, these two scientists, they have told about the distribution of electrons of an atom in different cells or in different energy levels. Okay, how to distribute electrons in different cells we can know from Bohr-Bury scheme. Okay, it contains three major rules. Okay, one by one we will discuss. Okay, so let's start. Now according to this theory, rule number 1, a cell can contain, or each cell can contain maximum of 2n square electrons. Now what is n? N is the number of cell. Okay, so let's have a chart. Cell, value of n, and maximum electron capacity. Okay, now we know about the cells. For K cell, value of n is 1. Okay, so putting 1 in this formula, we can get 2 into 1 square equals to 2. Okay, now for L cell, value of n is 2. So we will write 2 into 2 square equals to 8. Okay, now for n cell, it will be, n value is 3. Now 2 into 3 square is equals to 18. Okay, now for last one, n cell, value of n is 4 and 2n square will be 2 into 4 square, which is equals to 32. Okay, so in K cell, maximum electron will be 2. For L cell, maximum electron will be 8. For M cell, it will be 18, and for L cell, it will be 32. Clear? This one is the first rule. A cell can contain maximum 2n square electrons. Okay, it can't exceed then 2n square. Okay, now we will move to second rule. Okay, 2, the outermost cell, or say valence cell, cannot contain or can't contain more than 8 electrons. If there will be more than 8 electrons, then one new cell, starts immediately. So in the outermost cell or in the valence cell, the maximum number of electron will be 8, not more than 8. If we have more than 8 electrons, then we have to start one new cell. Okay, so I will explain by taking an example here. Okay, let's take the example of potassium, K19. Okay, so cell ZKL M, N. Okay. In K cell, it can contain only 2 electrons. Okay. So I will write here 2. For L cell, it can contain total 8 electrons. Okay. So now 10 electrons are gone. We have to locate 9 more electrons. Okay. So if I will write in M cell, it has the capacity to contain 18 electrons. But since it is the outermost cell for this one, so we can't accommodate 9 electrons here. Okay. So we have to write, if we will write 9 electrons here, it will be wrong. Okay. We have to write 2, 8, 8 and 1. This one is the correct form. Okay. According to Bohr-Bury scheme, the outermost cell or the valence cell cannot contain more than 8 electrons. Okay. If we have more than 8 electrons, then we have to start the one new cell immediately. Okay. So this electron will accommodate in N cell. Clear? Now we will move to the hard rule. Okay. Rule number 3. It says the penultimate cell that is, what is the penultimate cell? The cell before the outermost cell. Okay. The cell before the outermost cell is called as penultimate cell. Okay. So the penultimate cell, or I am writing here before, the penultimate cell maximum of 18 electrons. Okay, maximum of the penultimate cell or the cell before the outermost cell can contain the maximum of 18 electrons. Okay, so let's take the example of cobalt. Its atomic number is 27. So how can we arrange the electrons? This is K, L, M and N cell. Okay. Now we have 27 electrons. We have to arrange them in these 4 cells. Okay. So now for K cell, it will be 2 because it has the maximum capacity of carrying 2 electrons. Okay. For L cell, it will be 8 because it is it has completed its limit. L cell can contain only 8 electrons. Okay. Now M cell can contain 18 electrons and N cell can also contain more than 18 electrons, 32 electrons. So now I have to write, we have 2 plus 8, 10 electrons are already arranged. Now we have 17 electrons in our hand. So I will write here 9 and here 8. Okay. As this one is the outermost cell, so it can't contain more than 8 electrons. Okay. Now this is the penultimate cell. Okay. Penultimate cell means the cell before the outermost cell. So M cell is the penultimate cell and it can contain maximum of 18 electrons. So we will arrange 9 electrons in M cell and 8 electrons in N cell. Clear? Okay. So this is the Bohr-Bury scheme. It has three main rules. Okay. So first rule is a cell can contain maximum of 2n square electrons. Okay. We have to calculate for K cell, L cell, M cell and N cell. Which cell can contain how many electrons. Okay. Then the second rule tells us about that the outermost cell can't contain more than 8 electrons. Okay. If we will have more than 8 electrons, then we have to immediately start one more cell. Okay. So the third one is about the penultimate cell. The penultimate cell means the cell before the outermost cell. Okay. And the penultimate cell can contain the penultimate cell can contain maximum of 18 electrons. Okay. So this much is about Bohr-Bury scheme. Okay. Thank you.